Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for November 26, 2013. It's currently 9 a.m. and our temperatures are starting to rise rather rapidly throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Temperatures along the coast range from the mid 30s to upper 30s, a few lower 40s over the coastal regions of Connecticut. And these temperatures will be rising through the 40s today. Meanwhile, over the interior, we're rising a little bit slower with temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s, supporting some snowfall over portions of northeastern Pennsylvania back towards central Pennsylvania and even western Pennsylvania, where they're starting to get some moderate to heavy snow in Pittsburgh. So it's been a pretty eventful morning over much of Pennsylvania with snow and a little bit of rain. But the main heavy rainfall is still holding back over the southern mid-Atlantic and southeast and will be invading the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area this afternoon on through tomorrow morning. On the surface map, we're taking a look at the national view here. We have our high pressure system well off the coast now, supporting a southerly wind throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, allowing temperatures to warm above freezing throughout the region. Here's our low pressure system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico with plenty of moisture. And here's our cold front, our Arctic cold front, and behind it, very cold air over portions of the western Great Lakes and the northern plains. Again, if this cold front was moving a little bit faster and we were delaying the phase of this disturbance with a polar disturbance, which I'll show in a moment, this would have been a rather impressive storm. However, that's not going to happen. Instead, we're going to see this low pressure system track up towards the mid-Atlantic, move right over New Jersey tomorrow morning, and produce very heavy rainfall throughout the region, ranging anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain. That's going to lead to some flash flooding and some significant impacts on travel conditions throughout the region. If you're driving tomorrow or flying, I would suggest making some backup plans or at least prepare for some lengthy delays. On the latest radar, we're using IntelliCast because it shows very nicely all of the frozen precipitation developing over portions of eastern Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of this here is not reaching the ground. It's what's called virga because the atmosphere is very dry, especially over portions of southern New England like Connecticut, like over New York City and over northern New Jersey. We're seeing some snow flurries, but for the most part, this is more bark than bite here, as a lot of this is not reaching the ground. However, as moisture invades the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area from the south, we'll see those dew points rise and with it those temperatures, and much of this will change over to a steady heavy rainfall. And as you can see, we have plenty of moisture going back from the mid-Atlantic all the way down towards the Gulf Coast, and all of this is going to be lifting up through the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area over the next 24 to 36 hours. On the water vapor satellite picture, you can clearly see our subtropical disturbance here. It's pretty impressive and it's rather strong. I'll admit that is for sure. Now this disturbance, what's going to happen is that it's going to interact with this disturbance right here. You see this diving south, this polar disturbance rapidly diving south towards this subtropical disturbance. Now they're going to phase right over the Tennessee River Valley, and that's going to force this low pressure system to basically track towards Virginia and then towards New Jersey. And this type of track over the coastal plain is a warm track, and that's why we're going to see rainfall despite the fact we have very cold air over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area the past 2 days. That cold air will be scoured out because of a strong southerly to southeasterly wind at the surface and southerly to southwesterly wind at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. This is the latest RAP model guidance, and you can see our low pressure system from now through tomorrow morning around 1 a.m. You can see that low pressure system basically drive right towards New Jersey. You can see as a result, our temperatures at the surface are warming up very nicely throughout the coastal plain and even over the interior. Portions of central Pennsylvania and northeastern Pennsylvania remain the coldest with temperatures near freezing, and that's why they're going to see the best potential for frozen precipitation. On the radar forecast here, you can see a lot of heavy rain just lifting right up towards the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. The good news is that there will be a dry slot that's going to develop and drive towards the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. And what that means is that by tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see a lot of this precipitation break down, and as a result, we'll start to clear out by tomorrow evening. So hopefully if you have a flight tomorrow evening, you'll see some delays, but you'll be able to get out. And by Thanksgiving, conditions will be much drier. So here's the forecast impact map. Again, in the area in the green shade, we're looking at basically rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches, locally up to possibly even over 4 inches in some of these areas. All rain here could end off as a little bit of snow showers or snow flurries, but no accumulations expected. In the pink area, which covers much of Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, up towards northwestern New Jersey, talking about basically Sussex County up here in northwestern New Jersey, and up towards Poughkeepsie in New York, we're looking at generally a rainfall event once again. Some snow this morning. Could see around about up to 2 inches of snow before it's all said and done with this storm. And that's pretty much on grassy surfaces. Also watch out for some slick conditions with some freezing rain, sleet mixing in, leading to up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, but I doubt it'll even be that much considering the trends this morning. Further north and west towards Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and back towards Lebanon in Pennsylvania, we're looking at anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain once again, more likely 1 to 2 inches, sorry about that, and snowfall amounts ranging anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, again, mostly on cold surfaces and grassy surfaces. Again, this is not a major snow event, but considering this is one of the busiest travel times of the year, it will have some significant impacts and create some slick roadways. Watch out behind this storm for all locations for black ice on Thursday morning as very cold temperatures build into the region. And finally, well north and west over extreme northeastern Pennsylvania and back towards central Pennsylvania, we're going to expect mostly a frozen precipitation event out of this, with 3 to 6 inches of snow expected in these locations. So it's going to be a rather wet and then white Thanksgiving for Pennsylvania, and along the coast pretty much just a wet pre-Thanksgiving storm here with heavy rain throughout the region. Watch out for localized flash flooding. That's going to be an issue as well. Taking a look at the rest of the forecast, we'll dive on to the European model guidance. There's our storm lifting into New England on tomorrow night, with temperatures falling off rapidly. Now, the temperatures on Wednesday were vary greatly as far as high temperatures. As you head towards Long Island, don't be surprised to touch 60 degrees because you have very warm air flying right up the east coast. However, with the low pressure track moving right over New Jersey, temperatures more likely are going to range in the mid to upper 40s. So it's going to be a very impressive thermal gradient over the region. However, by the evening, temperatures will be crashing through the 50s, the 40s, and 30s, and end up with lows in the mid to upper 20s by Thanksgiving morning. And on Thanksgiving itself, look for high temperatures in the lower to mid 30s with strong winds in the morning, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 40 miles per hour. It's going to be a very cold and blustery Thanksgiving. By the time we get to Black Friday, where everyone's out there shopping for whatever reason, you have temperatures basically in the mid to upper 30s for highs, low temperatures in the lower to mid 20s. High pressure being controlled for Saturday once again, with scattered cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s for highs, mid to upper 20s for lows. And then for Sunday and Monday, we'll have a few disturbances move through with some rain and snow showers. Nothing significant in nature. Look for high temperatures in the lower to mid 40s, low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'll have live coverage throughout the day and premium live coverage as well on this storm. And if anything changes with this storm, as always, you'll be the first to know. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.